We spend our entire lives walking on it, driving over it, and pretty much completely ignoring it. But what if I told you the ground beneath our feet is actually speaking to us? That it's telling all these stories about design, function, and, well, time. Today, we're going to learn how to listen. No, I'm serious. Think about it for a second. The last time you were walking down the street, maybe on your way to work, where were you looking? Probably straight ahead. Or, let's be honest, at your phone. We all do it. And we're all missing this entire world of detail and design happening right at our feet. And sometimes that world is just breathtaking. You might just stumble upon something like this, a really intricate, totally deliberate work of art, this beautiful mosaic flower made of carefully placed stones. It's stunning, right? But it's also cracked and weathered. And that's where our story really begins. Okay, so let's start by looking at the patterns themselves. The thing is, these arrangements are never accidental. They're all intentional choices. It's like a visual language, and it's communicating all these ideas about beauty, order, and purpose. So right here, you can see this fascinating contrast. On one side, you have that organic, one-of-a-kind floral mosaic. And on the other, you've got this classic, super orderly herringbone brick pattern. Both are beautiful, for sure, but they're speaking in completely different visual languages. Let's get a little closer to this mosaic. I mean, the sheer complexity of it, the mix of all the different materials, that perfect symmetry, it all just screams importance. This wasn't just laid down for a simple path. This was designed to be a focal point, something to catch your eye and signal that this place, right here, really matters. Now compare that to the herringbone. This pattern is all about strength and movement. That zigzag shape creates this visual flow. It's literally pointing you forward, while the way the bricks interlock makes the whole surface incredibly stable. It's elegant, yeah, but it's also a total workhorse. What we're talking about actually has a name. It's called pattern language. It's this really cool idea that certain designs are basically reusable solutions to common problems. So, a herringbone pattern, it solves the problem of creating a strong directional path. And a floral mosaic, it solves the problem of making a space feel special. It's a language, and you can totally learn to read it. But it's not all about just looking good. I mean, the primary job of pavement is practical, right? So let's pivot from what these surfaces say to what they do. This is where you really see that old saying in action. Form always follows function. Just take a look at these two surfaces. On the left, you've got these modern grooved tiles. And on the right, old-world cobblestones. I mean, they couldn't be more different. And that's because they were engineered to solve very different problems in very different times. Let's break it down a bit. The grooved tiles, they're all about modern efficiency. Those grooves give you grip and help water run right off. They're uniform, they're mass-produced. The cobblestones, though, that's all about brute force endurance. Each one of those stones was laid by hand with just one goal in mind, to last for centuries. And it really all comes back to that core principle. Whether you need grip or drainage or just pure, simple durability, or even just beauty, the reason you're building it in the first place, that purpose, is the seed from which the whole design grows. All right, now for the final layer. We've talked about how it looks and what it does, but what happens when you add the most powerful force of all, time? This is where the pavement really starts to tell its most human stories. Let's go back to our beautiful mosaic for a second. Look at those cracks spreading across it. Those aren't just damage. They're like a diary. Every single fracture tells a story of the ground shifting, or a heavy weight passing over, or a really harsh winter. This beautiful thing has lived a life, and it has the scars to prove it. And what about our herringbone path? Notice how the edges of the bricks aren't sharp anymore? They're all rounded and soft. That's the mark of countless footsteps. You can almost feel the flow of people over decades, their collective movement physically shaping the very path they're walking on. The cobblestones, well, they tell perhaps the longest story of all. They're uneven, they've settled deep into the earth. The colors are muted from years of sun and rain. This isn't just a surface anymore, it's a landscape. It speaks of a time before cars, of horses and carts, and a kind of durability that has outlasted generations. And hey, don't think for a second that modern surfaces are silent. If you look closely at these grooved tiles, you can see the scuff marks, the dirt that's collected in the cracks. It might not be as romantic as weathered cobblestone, I'll give you that, but it's the exact same story, just written in a different dialect, a story of daily use and human presence. So the next time you're out for a walk, here's your little guide to reading the pavement. Just remember, the pattern is a message. The material has a purpose. The wear and tear you see, well, that's the autobiography of the place. And every single crack is a sentence in that story. From now on, you've got a whole new way of seeing the world. The mundane has become meaningful. The invisible has become a story waiting to be read. The only question left is, when you look down tomorrow, what stories are you going to find?